The beautiful female teacher walked over slowly, her charm evident in every move. She slowly came up to Xxwd and patiently helped her answer questions. After the teacher left, everyone's eyes were reluctant to leave. I thought I could chat with the teacher after class, but unexpectedly, a young man in a suit and tie walked in, and he is the teacher's boyfriend. At this time, he was holding flowers and planning to propose to his teacher. This scene made Xxwd jealous. Seeing his beloved wearing a big barracuda diamond ring, the pain was beyond words. Seeing Luca depressed, the old friend wanted to give him some advice, but Luca didn't seem to appreciate it. At this time, the teacher happened to pass by. After asking, she learned that the teacher had been raped by a bad guy. Fortunately, her young and promising boyfriend stepped forward and saved the teacher's chastity. In this way, the two of them slowly came together. After hearing the teacher's love story, Xxwd felt even more sad. We've known each other 4 years ago. Even if you were asked to pursue her, it's too late. Just give up. But Xxwd, who refused to admit defeat, planned to compete fairly with the man, saying that he was just born a few years later and that he was the perfect match for the teacher. One day, Xxwd came to the beach alone for a stroll and happened to meet an old man who was collecting rubbish. It turned out that his cell phone was lost. The kind-hearted Xxwd couldn't bear to see the suffering of the world, so he started to help the old man find his cell phone. Unexpectedly, he really found it. In order to thank Xxwd for his help, the old man planned to give him a gift. He took out a watch and forced it on Xxwd, saying, "I will take you to where you want to go most." Xxwd was confused by what he heard. After returning home, he lay on the bed in a daze. He didn't expect that just a casual remark would take him back to 4 years ago. He saw a girl walking slowly towards him. He counted the seats and secretly stuffed a love letter into his desk. Xxwd suddenly realized that this was actually a time watch. Xxwd was ecstatic to receive this magical weapon. One day, the teacher was correcting homework when he suddenly found the teacher and expressed his interest in the teacher's love story and wanted the teacher to describe the specific details to him in more detail. Just like that, a heroic rescue mission that will shock the world and make ghosts weep is about to begin. The woman carrying 2 steamed buns looked very anxious because her boyfriend had just had a circumcision and disappeared in the hospital. She hurried to ask the nurse, but the nurse said she didn't know. I don't know if the nurse felt inferior at this moment. At this moment, the woman heard a pleasant song. I ran to see and found out it was a surprise from my boyfriend. The woman looked at her boyfriend and was so moved that he almost peed himself on the floor. Thinking back to every little detail between them, she felt as if she had already fallen in love with this man during the time she had been taking care of him. Although I was already deeply moved, but in order to hide his inner excitement, he chose to run away. Xxwd looked confused, which fully exposed his nature as a bootlicker. In order to find out the reason, he hurriedly caught up with Sushi and asked him why he ran away, but the woman said that they were not suitable and said that she was older than Luca. He is truly a veteran in the world. Not only did he prove that he is not a casual person, but he also took control of Xxwd. Then, the two kissed each other and celebrated this happy moment together. Just a few days ago, Xxwd was still a child. He woke up again after being seriously injured while saving a beautiful girl on the street. Sushi was guarding by his side. Looking at Sushi's serious expression, the man was so happy that his heart was filled with joy. Xiaomai smelled so good. Once you were so far away from me, I have been chasing your footsteps, but you never belonged to me. And now, you are in front of me. It turns out that since they came out of the hospital, just happened to run into Sushi's ex, facing the handsome ex. Luca seemed very flustered, because Sushi not only had a turbulent appearance, but was also proficient in playing musical instruments and singing. In order to prevent his ex from snatching his beloved woman away again, he began to take the initiative first. He bribed the female teacher in the office. Then she deliberately creates an encounter to prevent the ex from running into Sushi. Hence the opening scene, where the woman frantically searches for Luca and learns that Luca is not feeling well again. Sushi rushes over. I came to see Xxwd. My legs hurt so much. It hurts so much that I can't walk. Your hearts hurt too. Your whole body hurts. What should I do? It hurts here. What are you doing? There is something else. When she found out that Xxwd was a woman pretending to be nice, she was very angry. But in order to appease Xxwd, she could only pretend to make her happy. However, although she could create romance and surprise Xiao Mei everywhere, some love was only peaceful on the surface. The inside is already full of holes. On this day, the ex-boyfriend found Sushi for work reasons. At just one glance, Sushi's heart was captured by the man. It turned out that the person you truly loved still has no feelings for you when you meet again. Later, when Sushi and Luca were having dinner together, they would deliberately think of their ex. That night, Xiao Shuai was preparing to commemorate their first anniversary. But Xiao Mei said that she was busy at school today and would be back later. She then called the school, and the other party said that Sushi had gone back a long time ago. After daybreak, Sushi came back exhausted, and Luca hurried to greet her. However, judging from Sushi's expression, she had been tricked. In fact, love is like sand in your hand. The tighter you hold it, the faster it slips away. In the end, Xiao Shuai was given the good guy card. At this moment, he was crying his heart out. But who can explain clearly about love? That day, Xiao Shuai came to the beach again, and he was still the old man who was collecting rubbish. The old man saw that Xiao Shuai was unhappy. Leaning over, he said, "Young man, the best time of love is not about the result, but about having it.